cornhole, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's what we said next year. Next year, I'm gonna use some grant authority.
That is something like.
I went to my optometrist, what is it, Thursday, must have been 70 or 68 degrees in there. I was speaking about.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, like that. You want your little news release? You good? I think you got enough here.
I think I remember that for a long time.
Where's it located?
Let's find out.
No, I've never been on site.
I went down there. Yeah, fight department.
Well, I got that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yesterday, and said, I'm not going to go. There's several people that have like
Email that remind me of all the I just told him we got another one in this class. We're going to she's a little.
I mean,
I don't know.
you drive down there and you look at it.
Yeah, it is.
You might be there.
Which
Two days. You know,
Really, I would have done it and then I stood there in the wall.
Sales.
There's a kid yard.
I just,
Got hit.
yeah, they do that. And the child is now an adult.
Madam, yeah.
But they named the child after the. I don't know whether it's the truth or what. It was really sad.
Yes, he's just a
We have both.
We tried to roll those out from the observation.
Let him know we can't do it if they're not.
We'll have some issues with wiring. They show construction and the site. They said, well, it'll be fixed, all the fixed.
With you outside.
Still working.
Okay, we got anybody here? Our audience here.
Yeah.
Right. Let's come to order. It's 4:05. We will now go into open session. We have everyone present. First item on the agenda, signing of the minutes of the May 19th board meeting has been completed. I believe everybody has signed their claim and travel vouchers. Next item on the agenda, we have Troopers Assist with a roadside berth on I-65 by Trooper Fike and Trooper McCormick, and we have Trooper McCormick here to tell us all about it. Trooper McCormick, it's all yours.
Well, I'm Trooper Aaron McCormick. I came on in December of '95. Started out of the Little Post and worked for Lake County as my primary county, and then transferred to Lafayette, been there ever since. I was a counselor at the academy for a year and was in our Mustang patrol for 10 years. And then so I basically been in road patrol the whole time. And I've had this call before, maybe a handful of times, where they put out a woman's in labor alongside the interstate, and I get white knuckled, and fortunately all the other times the ambulance has always beat me. And so I've gotten there, the ambulance is there, everybody else is there, they never even had the kid there, they transported him to the hospital. Well, when this went out, I'm familiar with the interstate, is the 163 mile marker, which is 5 miles south of State 38. Well, when they put it out, I was on 38 just east of the interstate. And I was back in my mind, like, the ambulance isn't beating me this time. And so I got a big old puckle factor, I'm like, what do I do? Well, fortunately, Fike was only a mile away, and he recently had a newborn. And he got there about the same time we did, or I did. And so I kind of let him take the lead. Well, we pull up, there's a car behind the minivan. The woman was in the right front of the minivan. And the car behind, I'm thinking was a volunteer firefighter. So I'm like, all right, because I see a woman up on the passenger side. I'm like, all right, volunteer firefighter. No, it was the father's mom that was there. And she was cool as a cucumber. She had the expecting mom in the right front passenger seat, her legs up on the dash. But the mom had already had blankets down and blankets and towels and everything. And she'd said that the contractions were probably 3 to 4 minutes apart. So I'm thinking, all right, I got plenty of time for the ambulance to get here. And the only thing Mike and I really had to do was just keep her calm, because the mom was doing everything. And she was a little bit excited because she was alongside the interstate. And so we were just basically keeping her calm, and I went and retrieved Pike's gloves and brought them up to him. And then I was thinking, okay, the ambulance will be here. And then about 2 minutes later, the grandma goes, well, the baby's coming. And then I sort of like, so in the back of my head, I'm thinking, okay, what do I do if the baby's not breathing? What do I do if it's not coming out? And I knew what to do if it wasn't breathing, but anything else, I wouldn't have known how to do. And so we're just basically keeping her calm, and the grandmother was basically doing everything. And then about 2 minutes later, the baby arrived. And I saw it was a big baby, but everything was natural and was a healthy baby. And later that afternoon, I found the father on Facebook and sent him a message asking if everything was all right, because I didn't want to go to the hospital and bother him. And he actually messaged me back saying they named him Jesse. He was 9 pounds and 19 inches. But fortunately, it was her second child. And so when we first got there and the woman was explaining that her first child was in labor for 12, 14 hours, I'm sitting here thinking, oh, great, the ambulance better hurry up and get here. And then the second baby just came after like 2 minutes. so fortunately, the mom was there and everything was good, so we really didn't have to do anything. And I don't have kids myself, so that's the first time I got to experience that, so it was amazing.
Were they on the way to the hospital?
What happened is they had been going to a birthing clinic here in Indianapolis, and she had gotten contractions in the morning and called the birthing clinic, and they told her to wait because the contractions weren't close enough. They told her to wait like 3 hours. Well, they waited their 3 hours and they started driving, and they only made it like 5 miles away from where they were. So I told them, like, well, I would be doing some complaining to that birthing clinic. And I'm still waiting for my insurance money of being a doctor. I haven't gotten that.
I think you need to look at the lines of a commercial. Jake with State Farm.
Yeah. And Fike's sorry he couldn't be here. He's really sick. And normally I love him to ship partner because I know he's dependable. He's going to come out every day and take his calls. So.
Did the ambulance ever show up?
Yeah, they showed up about 5 to 8 minutes later. And I knew one of the girls on the ambulance. I'm like, you're late. You should have been a long time ago.
They want to hire you down here?
I won't. My wife's a nurse, and when I got home, I'm like, your job's easy. She didn't like that at all.
Congratulations, though, that's got to be a great.
Yeah, I'm in the drop, so I'm done next June.
Ha ha.
And, well, that was probably one of the highlights of my career, so.
Absolutely.
But now I'm just happy being AAA with a gun, working my crashes, stop my cars. The rest of my career can just go smooth from now on.
Let me call him use the expert.
Yeah, I don't know about being an expert, but I can help.
That's a new scenario for the academy.
Hey, yeah. I'll come back to this.
So Aaron and I and Kevin, we all graduated together in the academy.
They had to put up with me. Yeah.
30 years.
I tell you what, when I come on the department, my dad was a trooper. And in the academy, I kind of thought I knew what I was doing. And once I got in the car and the FTO phrase, I realized I didn't really know what my dad did. And I was very, very green. So fortunately, I've had some good experiences and not green anymore.
Probably one of the more pleasant, rewarding things that you
Yes.
were
Yeah,
doing in your
yeah.
career.
Yeah, that day and the next couple of days, I was happy. Nothing would ruin it. So it was just cool seeing their reactions when the boy finally arrived and seeing them all happy. So
It's great.
Good for you.
Well,
I appreciate you having me in here.
Experience.
all right, thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
It's good seeing you. You good too. Take care. I'm going to 300. Good seeing you, buddy.
First time. Good luck.
Thank you.
See you, Aaron.
See ya.
The second one was the first time.
Next item on the agenda, personnel changes. Superintendent Scott?
All right, I'm requesting the following personnel changes effective July 20th, 2025. From the Enforcement Bureau, First Sergeant Antonio F. Slocum, Field Operations Area 1, Greenham, District 24, promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent to serve as the District Commander. First Sergeant Coley T. McCutcheon, Field Operations Area 5, Pendleton, District 51, is promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent to serve as the District Commander. Sergeant William D. Gatberry, Field Operations Area 3, Evansville, District 35, is promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent to serve as the District Commander. Sergeant Christopher P. Tucker, Field Operations Area 4, Sellersburg, District 45, is promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Permanent to serve as District Commander. Trooper Adam J. Kitson, Investigations Bureau, Investigations Division, District Investigations Area 2, Fort Wayne, District 22, is promoted to the rank of Sergeant Permanent and transferred to the Enforcement Bureau, Field Operations Area 2, Fort Wayne, District 22, to serve as District Squad Leader. Trooper Tyler N. Turchie, Field Operations Area 5, Putnamville, District 51, is promoted to the rank of Sergeant Permanent to serve as District Squad Leader. Trooper Nathan K. Parton, Field Operations Area 5, Indianapolis, District 51, is transferred to the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Collaborative Policing Division and reassigned as Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Officer Permanent to serve as School Bus Safety Officer. Support Services Bureau, Sergeant Katie M. Salzman, Employment Services Recruiting, is promoted to the rank of First Sergeant Permanent. That is it.
Thank you. Do any board members have any questions or observations relative to the proposed personnel changes presented by the superintendent? There being none, is there a motion to approve the personnel changes presented by the superintendent?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor of approving the personnel changes presented by Superintendent Scott, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Is there any opposition? There being none, personnel changes have passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, staff report, Colonel Rutherford.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. As of July 1st, 2025, we have 1,124 troopers. As for the trooper side of the house, the 87th Academy graduates today with 18 traditional recruits and 2 laterals, so a total of 20. They completed the quickening last week. Since the last board meeting, we did lose 2 recruits, so that's where you have the remaining of the 18 plus the 2. And there's more or less their lack of life experience and maturity. They've chosen to resign within the last month. Upcoming, we're planning for the lateral class for the 88th Academy. We had 14 conditional offers that the superintendent selected. They start their psychological and medical phases next week with an academy start date of September 14th of 25. For the Capitol Police, we hired 10. That's our largest hiring of the Capitol Police in a very long time at one time. And so they are in their training at this time, FTO training, tier 2 officers, and we'll be heading towards the academy here pretty soon. So very excited about that. That's all I have.
So really the last turnover we had in this class was these 2. 2 were from the quickening, and I think the other 2 or 3 were a result of physical tactics training
We did not lose any during the quickening. It was they quit
prior to.
the
It's in
quickening.
B-Stop, wasn't it?
BCOP, okay. All right, and that was an evaluation mainly that they made on their own, that this just wasn't something they could handle, or wasn't for them, at least at this point in time.
Yes, sir. That's when all the training comes in to play in terms of everything they've learned. We put into scenarios during BCOP, and we determine, or they determine, if they can put all the training together to be able to complete those scenarios. And those scenarios build on each other. And so they're not just thrown into the fire. They start slow, they build up to make sure that the recruits are progressing. They were not progressing in their training.
And overall, based on our interviews of the recruits, I think we have an outstanding group that's going to be graduating tonight, so we're looking forward to that.
Yes, sir. Very close-knit group that gelled together well all the way from the end.
Congratulations to the staff over there for their accomplishments.
Yes, sir.
Anything else, Colonel Rutherford?
No, sir.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda, military leave without pay, Colonel Hill.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. President and members of the board. I'd like to request military leave without pay for 2 individuals. The first one is Jasmine Perez Tequita, pronouncing that correctly, she is a criminal intelligence analyst, Fusion Center Investigations Bureau, from military leave without pay from July the 8th of 2025 through August the 11th of 2025. And for Trooper Andy Wolverton, Fort Wayne District Enforcement Bureau, requesting military leave without pay from July the 10th, 2025 through July the 11th, 2025.
Okay. Any questions from any board members relative to these requests? If not, thank you, Colonel Hill. Next item on the agenda, review of our June 23rd, 2025 meeting minutes. We have board members, any observations, corrections for the minutes? Mr. Graves? None?
No.
Madam Secretary? None? Okay. Anna, thumbs up. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of June 23rd, 2025?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? There being none, the minutes are unanimously approved. Okay, the next items on the agenda are a series of police rules. Colonel Welford, I'll let you present the changes for the board from rules 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I think we can vote unless there are some concerns or objections or changes need to be made. We'll vote on those as a group, but let's start with rule number 2.
Yes, sir. There are no changes to rule number 2. These are last reviewed as December 15th of 2014, and with the new administration and Superintendent Scott, we're going through all rules, SOPs, and regulations. And once he is clear on them and signs off on them, we're just updating them for the board to make sure to have Superintendent Scott's approval.
Okay. So rule 2 on salaries and pension benefits have no changes of substance or no corrective changes.
Correct.
Okay. Rule number 3.
The same, this was reviewed by staff and legal. There are no changes to this one. Just wanted to get superintendent's approval and a signature to be updated to today's date.
So let me just stop you there. As to rule 2 or 3, any board members have any questions, observations, or concerns? Don't have any changes. Okay. All right, rule number 4, reappointment.
For police rule 4, there are no changes. It is being reviewed and updated to today's date with Superintendent Scott's approval.
Okay. And rule number 5 on promotions.
There are no changes. It is being updated to today's date with Superintendent Scott's approval.
And police rule 6, vacation.
For police rule 6, it had the pre-1982 language on there. With us not having any of those employees still, that was removed because it was unnecessary to have it on there for police rule 6. So that's the only change that was made for police rule 6 to be updated with Superintendent Scott's approval.
So if I understand you correctly, that was just a technical language that was taken out based on
Due to an
effect that would apply to any current employees.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions? Any board members? Okay. Okay, so as to the consideration of approval as to police rule 2, 3, 4, 5, and the minor change in rule 6. Since there were no questions by any board members, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All those in favor of approving police rule 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 as submitted, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? There being none, rule 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are unanimously approved. Okay, Next item on the agenda, Superintendent Scott.
Just a couple things, we briefly talked about, we continue to assist IMPD in their downtown patrols. Still got some issues with the Evansville post, that should have been opened a year ago, we're still working through some electrical issues there. I've been given a new date of August 15th, that's probably not a realistic date. Got some back and forth between the contractor, Pepper Construction, and the subcontractors, but we're still working on getting that fixed. As soon as we have a new date, you guys will all get that. And then I think one positive note is, about a month ago, within the last month, we renamed a section of US 31 down in Johnson County in honor of Trooper Aaron Smith. There's 2 new signs up there on US 31. That was really big to his family, and proud to have those signs down there. NDOT and the General Assembly helped us out in getting that done, so really positive thing there. So other than that, I don't have any further.
Any board members have anything they want to present or discuss in open session?
Mr. President, I was just curious, is it the same construction company or companies that are building the new Evansville post as built the other new post?
Yes,
Then why are they having issues?
that's a great question. That is a great question, because they built the other 2 posts, and it seems to be that they tied a bunch of wiring together, which is a problem for our lab. Not an electrician, but it needs to be separated, and the walls are up now, so it appears the only way to do that is to cut the walls open and redo that wiring. So that's the argument back and forth between Pepper Construction and the subcontractors.
I think the subcontractors are all different now.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been the same subcontractors that did the Fort Wayne and Lowell, but same general contractor in Pepper Construction. So still working through it. It's very disappointing that we have that big, nice facility sitting there and we can't use it right now. So hopefully that gets resolved in the very near future.
It was nice to see the publicity in the road being renamed,
Yeah.
that section.
A lot of troopers, a lot of other officers from other agencies showed up. Really nice turnout that morning. It was really, really hot, just like today. I was afraid some folks were gonna go down because it was really humid. Very nice, it was an honor to be there and be a part of that. I know his family greatly appreciates it.
Anyone else? Well, again, I'd like to reiterate, based on our experience last month with the interviews, since most of us will be going to graduation tonight, this is generally our shortest meeting, so we're looking forward to graduation, and I think everybody agrees that quite a group that we got to talk to, and I think it's going to be a great addition to the state police with this new group of troopers we got coming in. So congratulations and thank you to the whole staff out there for all the work they put in.
I'd like to add on that, because I don't know if you were aware, we had 2 record breakers for our PT at the academy. So at the end of every class, they take their final PT test. And we had one male break the 300 meter, Fleming, he broke the 300 meter, and Tallman, female, broke the female vertical jump. And so you'll hear that announced tonight, that they broke the records. And this is after the PT.
I was gonna add to that, this is the day after we had this workout that nearly put a few of us down for a while, so.
See, I thought you were going to say the executive staff here broke records.
Oh, we broke
records.
Jimmy, we broke records. We broke some records, I'm not sure what ones you're gonna hang on the board.
Water consumption and time.
Probably cardiologist visits may have fit in there as well. I heard sounds like you had quite a workout, but I'm sure the recruits enjoyed that in more ways than one. So
We did get some good feedback last night, we went to their class party downtown here at a restaurant, and even the recruits said that was the hardest workout they had had throughout the whole academy. So we're gonna have a little interview session with Troy Torrance.
Polygraph.
We might have to, yeah, we might have to.
Anyone, anything else? No? Okay. So our next board meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 18th, 9 a.m. at the CBIT office. And since there's no other business before the board other than graduation tonight, is there a motion to adjourn? So moved. Is there a second? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? There being none, we are adjourned. And thank you, everybody, for being here.
All right, we will see you all